जय श्री गांधर्व के गिरिधारी चैतन्य महाप्रभु की, सर्व विघ्न विनाश लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, भक्त शिरोमणि भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की, पतित पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। गो प्रेमानंद। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you, Prabhuji, for the Kirtana. Hare Krishna to all once again. So today's session is about Dhyana Yoga. So this will cover different stages of yoga, and in comparison with today's yoga, what we are doing. And yeah, so as usual, there are some instructions like you can rename to proper name in case if your name is still showing your device name, and keep yourself away from any distraction for the next hour or so, and hold on to your questions till the end. Yes, Prabhuji, you can start.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Once again, welcome to all. Today, the 6th chapter. Very important, but somewhere it is not related to us. First point, we are not able in a lead a life with an ordinary basic austerity also. This is Dhyana yoga, Hatha yoga, they say, Ashtanga yoga. Never can we even imagine about it. So, but somewhere we can learn many things in this chapter. Okay, so most important thing is how attentive are we, how humble are we, and how much serious we are to attend or to understand this, how much requirement is there for us, the eagerness that we are showing to learn this divine knowledge. That all based on our prayers. What kind of prayers we are doing. So how much we are showing the eagerness with humble prayers, requesting the Guru and Krishna, please, please, please show your mercy on me so that I may be able to understand this divine knowledge and implement in my life and make my life. Okay, so let us chant Mangalacharan. So please hold your hands along with me. You all can chant. Yeah. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swamini Namine Nama Acharya Padaya Nitakripa Padaya Nagora Gadada Padaya Nagarana Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Nangayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramanandam Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Meshwar. As usual, let us show our gratitude, our thanks, and our most treasured obeisances to the Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness, His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, by whose mercy today we are able to understand this transcendental knowledge so easily, in an understandable way, which we can apply to our today's life. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So before starting today's session, let us discuss yesterday's session. What did we discuss? The chapter, the most important. Krishna consciousness the Karma Yoga in Krishna consciousness. Karma Sannyasa Yoga. So the very first point is stay in this world. Yesterday we just saw with the story, how should we live in this life? Lakshmi Devi gave 10 gold coins. Isn't it? But was he happy? He felt in the very beginning, just by 3 coins, he can be happy. He, not only he, his sons and grandchildren, everyone will be happy with that 3 gold coins. But after even receiving 10 gold coins, he's not happy. Why? He was searching for the 11th. In that way, how much we are searching after our life, that it is not able to achieve, but still we are searching for the happiness in a wrong way. Searching for the happiness in the mobile, in the laptop, in a car, in a house, in a wife, in a child, in education. So many things we are searching. But happiness comes by in a different way. There's a formula, there's a secret. Okay. Then 3 doers, when action has been happened. So 3 people do this. That is, first the soul who desires for it, then the super soul who permits it based on the karmic credits, and finally the material nature performs the Prakrute kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. Then, after acquiring this knowledge, what will be our vision? It will be equal vision. We'll be able to see the Supreme Lord in each and every particle, not only living entities, each and every particle will be able to see that. When we come to the 10th chapter, Krishna will say Vibhuti Yoga, there you'll come to see. Even in a stone, even in a plant, even in a tree, even in wherever, even in an atom, we can see the Lord. That becomes our vision. So after receiving this knowledge, not just listening to this, after realizing, we'll come to a supreme level. The consciousness will be in such a high level. Okay, then finally the peace formula. What is the peace formula? Bhoktaram ignatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram sukhudam sarvabhutanam yatva shanti mrichati. There's only one enjoyer, that is Krishna. Jivera Swarupohai Krishnera Nityadas. We are all his servants. Try to serve him. This is the secret to be happy. Everyone are searching somewhere in a material things. Definitely, I'm nowhere related to a material thing. I'm not a product of this mobile, laptop, or house, or wife, or whatever. It's all material things. My relationship is only with the Supreme Lord. When I get connected to him, that is my happiness. Then, Shrudam Sarva Bhutanam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, he is the protector and controller of whole universe. Akalanda Koti Brahmanda Nayakainas. Then finally, Shrudam Sarva Bhutanam. Yesterday we saw 2-3 stories how Krishna is helping his devotees. He thinks his devotees are superior to him. He says, so there's a story in that he says, Krishna, many scriptures claim that I'm Swarat. I'm independent. That's wrong. I am not independent. I'm servant of my devotees. That is the position Lord takes. You can see in this Bhagavad Gita, the main picture where Arjuna is standing there as a warrior and Krishna is just near his legs, sitting as a charioteer. That is the position the Supreme Lord takes. So now we are trying to be devotees. Just imagine what a great position is that. So how humble we should be, how servient or how devoted we should be to Krishna. These are more important. Okay. Now let us see in today's chapter all we should. Enemy or friend, Ashtanga Yoga, success and failure. There is only one person who is our enemy and friend. You can utilize him however you need. And he is our mind. Actually, in the scriptures, it's explained about the mind. Srimad Bhagavatam says, Chanchalam. Krishna, here Arjuna asks, Chanchalami Manak Krishna. His mind is very chanchal. It's very flickering. How could I control it? It's not possible. So the qualities of mind has been explained in Srimad Bhagavatam as it has been compared to a monkey. I hope everyone know about monkey. Monkey cannot sit on one branch for a while. It keeps on jumping here and there, here and there. It's an ordinary monkey. But this mind is compared to a special monkey where it has been intoxicated. Just imagine a monkey, even people intoxicated, they don't know what they are doing. They fall in a gutter, they fall somewhere else and they'll do many. Just being intoxicated, and a monkey being intoxicated. And beyond that, it is mad. And mad people, you don't know what they do. Mind is in such way. And beyond that, there's a thorn in its leg. See, normally it cannot sit on one branch. Now, so many good qualities it is having, where it can be in one place, you think. That is the quality of mind. So now Bhagavad Gita teaches how to control that mind rather than controlling, how to engage the mind so that it becomes my friend. Actually, it is our enemy. So how to transform the mind to a friend. So when it becomes a friend, no, that is the best friend I can say. See, for the Mahatmas, the mind gives them so much of knowledge. It just directs them accordingly. Even previous births, remembrance, it will be having, and it will say that this is a thing you did during that lifetime. Now you should do these prayers. That is the power of mind. But how we are utilizing that mind, that's more important. So just based on this, as a small story to understand this. So this once there was an ashram. In that ashram, every day, like this, there is some classes, some Bhagavatam is going on. In those days, so they come from many villages to attend this, and especially who are pregnant. It is recommended that when they are in a pregnant stage, they have to hear this kind of thing so that the child within the womb, he'll be hearing and he'll be a pious person. He'll be a great personality. That we know in many stories like Prahlad Maharaj and Abhimanyu. They all came like great personalities hearing from the womb. Isn't it? This is science. Even today, I don't know how far the modern science is known about this, but the scriptures, this is the greatest science. Okay, here, so they used to come and hear, and one pregnant lady, around 9 months pregnant lady, she came and she came to here. Actually, she has to cross the river and come. River in the sense it will come till the knee. So they have to walk in the river and they cross the river and come in here in this ashram. So after while returning, it was a rainy season and what I can say, the level of the river was increased. It was come to a chest and now she cannot cross the river. She's waiting, can I ask any help from anyone? And there were two brahmacharis who came from the ashram. So they had some work in the next village, some purchasing and things. So they were coming. So this lady, my dear children, can you all help me in crossing this river? So one brahmachari said, no, our guru's order, our spiritual master's order is not to see a lady, not to touch a lady, not to speak to a lady, because we are brahmacharis. We are not supposed to speak to you. Just moved away from there. The second brahmachari, both are from the same ashram, where she went and heard the Bhagavatam, no? From the same ashram. Now she asked the second brahmachari, my dear boy, can you please help me? Yes, mother, why not? You are my mother, why will I not help you? He just took her, kept on his shoulder, crossed the river. Finally, he dropped her. And finally, they both went. Both are in the same ashram. They went for some work. They did not speak a word for more than 4 to 5 hours. They were just walking. Then finally, the other person, the first brahmachari said, actually, you are an offender to the spiritual master. You are a guru drohi. This person said, how? Our guru has given such a clear instructions that we shouldn't speak to females, matajis, and we shouldn't touch them. We shouldn't do anything. And what you have done? You carried her to cross the river. Then the second person says, I am not the offender. It is you who are the offender of the spiritual master. And my mood was like motherly mood when I touched her. I carried her. Yes, I helped her to cross the river. I just carried her for a few moments and dropped her. But what you are doing, for more than 4 to 5 hours, you're carrying her in your mind. First you drop her down. This is the character of mind. Doing is not wrong. What we are carrying. So he was just thinking, how did he touch her? Sorry, how did he touch her? What place he touched? How he carried her? What all the thoughts? So many thoughts was going on for 4 to 5 hours. But the other person, he just helped her for a while, for a moment, and just forgot. This is the friend. The mind is a friend to the second person, the enemy to the first person. But both are in the same ashram, both are in the same devotional platform, both are under the same spiritual master. So what is the kind of feeding we do to the mind? So because the scriptural knowledge is more important. So even the instructions of spiritual master will become clear. Otherwise, the same instructions will show in a different. See, the instruction was same, but the understanding was different in the two brahmacharis. So mind is more important. Let us see how to train the mind here. Okay. Enemy or friend, Ashtanga Yoga, success and failure, and yogi. Here, Krishna is here. Bandhoratmanastasya yenatmaivatmana jitaha anatmastu shatrutve varte tatmaiva shatruva. For him who has conquered the mind is the best friend. But for one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. It's not me. It is Krishna who is saying this. He's saying that if the mind is a friend who conquers the mind, who controls the mind, it becomes the best friend. We'll just come to know in the next slides how to control this, how is this. And if you're not able to control the mind, if you're not able to engage the mind in a right direction, then that is the greatest enemy. Now, how to guide the mind? First thing, we should have some basic knowledge about the mind and who can control the mind and how the mind controls me. What all the things we should know. Then we'll be able to control the mind or guide the mind accordingly. So that is the thing today we'll be learning in our today's session about the mind. Actually, we take many sessions on the scientific. Actually, this we do for the brahmacharis regarding the mind control, stressful, this thing. And you can see the questions which all I have sent in the message. So all the questions will be answered through this. When our mind is our friend. So how the mind behaves when it is our friend? Follows directions. So what directions has been said from the spiritual master or the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, it just follows. Every day we ask you, please turn on your videos. How many are able to do that? Because our mind is our enemy. Are a useless person, they are saying something, why should we follow? Never ever will follow them. That is the mind says, and we do accordingly. Actually, another small story. So once what happened, we all know Alexander. Once Alexander entered this, he was just conquering more than half of the world. He has conquered. Is now entering the Indian territories. So he's coming to this Bharata Bhumi. He entered and it was a big army and he was coming. Everyone just scared of Alexander. So here he came to a forest just while crossing. He was thirsty. So he saw a small hut, ashram. He sent his chief to get some water. Army chief to get some water. He went there and Sadhu was sitting. So he asked, so Alexander the Great has come. Can you give a tumbler of water for him? He's thirsty. And who has come? Alexander the Great. Is it? You ask him to come because he needs the water, so he has to come. You're calling. So this army chief, he went and said to Alexander, so I went and asked water for you. So he's calling you to come there. He's asking you to come there. Did you say properly that Alexander the Great has come? First I said Alexander was quiet. Then I said Alexander the Great. Then he's calling you. You have to go. It's okay. He was very angry that even the whole kingdoms, great kings, they just what I can say, shiver seeing me or hearing my name. And this person being in an ashram in a hut is not at all afraid of me. I'll show my power. He went with a sword. He went there, kept the sword on his neck. What do you think? Just for a tumbler of water, I should come to you? Do you know who am I? He said, yes, I know very well. Say that, who am I? You are servant of my servants, he said. First it was, the Alexander the Great is thinking that I am very great. But this person, after saying his glorifications, everything, he's saying, you're servant of my servant. He became very disturbed. And then he understood. See, many just seeing me or hearing of my name itself, they're scared. But this person, I have kept the sword on his neck. Any moment, just I can cut his neck. But in this situation, he's saying, I am servant of his servant. He must be a great man. Just he folded his hands and he asked, please impart me the knowledge. How can you claim that I am your servant of servants? And he said, actually, my servants are Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. This anger, envy, all my servants. I control them. What is your situation? That same Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya is controlling you. Your senses is controlling you. What is my servants, my senses? You are the servant of your senses. It means, who are my servants? You are their servants. And he understood. This is the reality. Not becoming a king or a rich man or anything. No. How much we know about this knowledge, how much we are able to control our senses of the mind. So, okay, many things to understand about this. Then progressive and healthy choices. When it is our friend, it chooses right things because it takes the help of intelligence. It takes the help of intelligence, and intelligence is filled with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. If it's filled with rubbish, the rubbish will come out. When it's filled with this Bhagavad Gita transcendental knowledge, it takes accordingly and chooses accordingly. Then detached from sense gratification. So there's no sense gratification because it knows what is the relationship. Never ever I'm connected to this material world. No product, this mobile, this house, whatever, it is not related. It is related to my body. Definitely it is related to my body, not to me. I'm a soul. So I'm just related only and only to Krishna. Atma, Paramatma. Right? The result, freedom and elevation. By this, what happens? It gets the freedom. So yesterday, I think, third chapter, chapter 7, I was explaining about the goat. So the freedom actually increases when we are obeying the orders of the spiritual master or the orders of Krishna. We increase our independence, our freedom increases. The goat, the rope becomes lengthier when it listens to its master, takes the order of its master. If it is mischief, it runs here and there, the thread becomes less, our independence becomes less. In this way, we start elevating, and our mind is a friend, we start elevating. Okay, when our mind becomes our enemy, see the picture, it's something like a monkey. When it becomes enemy, follows sinful desires like lust, anger, and greed. Even this mind follows something, but what it follows? All the wrong things, the lusty things, the anger, the greed. So because there is monkeys here, it's a small story on monkey. The mind is compared to a monkey. So once what happened? Next to a forest, big forest, there was a garden of mango trees. So once all the monkeys from the forest, they entered this garden and they started eating all the mangoes. And the gardener, he came and he called all the monkeys. What are you all doing? You're coming from the great forest. You have so many varieties of fruits, but you're coming to my garden and you're just, what I can say, spoiling everything here. And the monkey said, no, my dear sir, we get all the fruits in the forest, but we are not getting any mangoes there. We don't have mangoes. So we have come here. Okay, fine, good. Okay, you have already eaten, you have the seed in your hand. Take all the seeds, go to your forest, dig for 1 feet, keep the seed inside, and every day you give a little bit of water, morning and evening, that is sufficient. And please protect that from some other animals, it might come and eat them. So protect from the animals. You can see that by another few years, you'll get the own mangoes in your forest. Then no need to come to my garden. Oh, is it? Yes, this is how I have what I can cultivated this garden. It's fine. Every monkeys, all the monkeys just takes the seeds and goes to the forest and they start whatever follows the same orders what that person has said, the farmer. All next year, once again, all the monkeys will come to this garden. They start eating the mangoes. And this person will call once again all the monkeys. Once again, you are coming and spoiling my garden. What happened? Then all the monkeys gathers and it says, you have cheated us. You have cheated us. Our 1 year's endeavor has been wasted. We did what all you said we did, but there was no result. This farmer starts laughing. No, this is how I have cultivated this garden. Whenever you keep a seed, there is a sprout. And from there, a plant comes in a tree. From the tree, you get these fruits, many. By one seed, you get hundreds of fruits. They said no. Then the farmer asked, what all you did? It starts explaining. According to your instructions, we digged for 1 feet, kept the seed and closed the mud. And he started giving a little bit of water in the morning and evening. And when you said you have to protect it, so some animals will come every day. We sat there and we are protecting. But there was no result. Nothing came out of it. How come this will not happen? It will come. And he said, I know that very well you don't believe. See the seed. We have brought the seed here. Every day we used to check the seed, And here, I don't know how many were attentive. The monkey said one more point. Every day we used to check the seeds, Every day it'll dig, it'll check and keep, and once again close. Or every day it'll check, it'll keep, it'll close. What will happen? Nothing will come out of it. That is what we are doing. There are some simple instructions here, and it is very simple. Devotional service is very simple. Just we say two things. Get up early morning, chant Hare Krishna, do some Naivedya offering to the Lord. That is it, two things. Many know. See, actually, bhakti, our devotion is very simple. Very simple, we can conquer the Supreme Lord. But we don't take that method. We take difficult method. This is like monkeys. We do some additional things. The farmer said very clearly, we follow everything. Then little bit additional. Let us do something more, no? Let me daily check it. So never ever will progress in the life. That's what happens. So clear instructions will be. You just do that. Or we'll be having a happy, happy or a blissful life with this Krishna consciousness. Nowadays we do this yoga, no? That part will come there. How all we do these yogas and what all is happening in our life. So this is what we do in our present life. We don't follow the instructions and we do many additional things and spoil our life. Okay, here, irritated, agitated, and misguided. Definitely it is misguided, agitated, and irritated. Why will not get irritated? Every day taking the seed and keeping it, seeing, nothing is coming out of it. Definitely will be irritated and agitated, isn't it? Then attached to sense gratification. So actually, when our mind is enemy, it shows the direction of sense gratification. As Alexander the Great, he was always thinking he was great because he's a king. Because his mind was his enemy, it just shows the direction of lust, anger, greed, these things. In result, entanglement, degradation. Our freedom is reducing day by day. You get entangled in this material world day by day, and degradation. Day by day, we are reducing our consciousness. Just see our ancestors, your great grandfathers, everyone in each and every family, you can see that what was their life, how they are led their life, and how is our life today. We are degrading day by day. We think, oh, we are becoming rich, we are becoming very comfortable, luxury, many things, more modernized, civilized. No, we are getting degraded day by day. They used to live for 100 years. We are not able to live without any disease. And today, every day we go for hospitals, at least weekly once or monthly once we go. And every day we take tablets. This is our modernization. This is our civilization. What is our schedule? What is our eating style? What is our living style? What kind of a life we are leading? Same animalistic, same like dogs and cats will live. Just see our ancestors. You know this. In those villages, they had Ashwat Katta, they say. This, what I can say. This English words I'm feeling it's difficult to get. Ashwat Katta, they say. So there is a banyan tree and the neem tree in there. So there will be a stage like. So what they do there? Why do they build that? So every day there was pravachan of Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad. And they had a simple life. Just 3 months of cultivation. That's it. They do. Or something like 6 months. That is also, they don't go daily like we do. As we work like donkeys, no? Not like that. Just they go keep the seed and they just cultivate and they come. That's it. They'll be very free. And actually those days, today at least we are having this pump sets, this well and those things. Those days, even the Devatas they had a relationship with them then. So there are so many kinds of rain, Mungaru Vale. Heard this in Kannada, we say Mungaru Male, Bittana Male, Tunturu Male. This rain, there's different kinds of rain. So it's seed rain. After seeding, some kind of rain will come. And Mungaru Male. Before that, to cultivate the land, there's another kind of rain. And Tunturu Male, after the seed, when it sprouts, there's a kind of rain as sprinkling the water. Now, artificially we do, those days, they used to happen naturally. We are degrading, so even the nature is getting degraded according to our. It's a reciprocation between us and the nature. So they had a simple life. And they'll come there, hear the pravachan, happily lead a life. That was their life. Then they were happy. Nowadays, you're just running like a rat race. Run, 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 run. Who will be first? You know what? In this demonic nature, being a great demon, like how unhappy I should be by running in this. It's all because of our, you can see here the picture. Just it very clearly it shows what is the position of mind, intelligence, senses, and who are we, and what is this body. The chariot of Krishna and Arjuna, you can see here. So actually, the horses are the senses. 5 horses is the senses, our senses. It is eyes, nose, tongue, ears, and the skin. 5 senses. And who is controlling that? You can see here. The horses has been controlled by the, what do you call that? Can someone say what is that in English? Lagam desin. Anil Prabhu, what is it?
No, not sure of that.
Okay, fine. They just keep in the mouth of the horse and they hold it. That is the controlling thing for the.
Mataji says it is rain, Prabhu, Sindhu Mataji.
Yes, yes.
It's rain. R-E-I-G-N. Rain.
Okay, right. Fine. So through that, the horse has been controlled. Actually, that is mind. Actually, mind controls the senses. It directs it. Left, right, go this way, that is the way. It makes, it controls or it guides that way. But it automatically happens. No, somebody is holding it. No? Who is that? He's a driver. And driver is the intelligence. Actually, intelligence should be guided by the soul. Who's sitting behind, actually, for example, take the example of a car. The car is considered as our body, you think. And I'm sitting in the car and there's a driver. Actually, it is my duty to instruct the driver that you have to go to this place. And when the driver is with perfect knowledge, with this map, which is the direction he has to go, what he does, exact place, he takes the left turn, right turn, and he goes exactly where the destination of for the boss or the soul. If, for example, I myself don't know where should I go, where will I go? What the instructions will I give to the driver? Clear? And the driver is without any knowledge. You don't know where to go, which is the route, what for left he takes right, for right he takes left, and somewhere the accident will be there. Because he himself is not able to see the road. So mind is not the problem here. The real problem is with the intelligence. We are not, for the intelligence, giving the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. That is the problem. And we ourselves don't know what is our life, what is our destination. Having a beautiful, always putting the makeup on the body, what is the use? Decorating ourselves. And Prabhupada gives an example of an AC train. For example, you have to go to Delhi. Just think that, or Vrindavan, let us take to Vrindavan. You have to go to Vrindavan, sit in a train, wonderful train, AC coach, the first class. But the train is not moving anywhere. It is standing in one place. You go into that and beautiful, everything is there. What is the use then? Or else it is taking other direction. Somewhere it is going to Chennai or Mangalore. Somewhere it is going. You sit in that train. You want to go to Vrindavan, but you sit there. Having a comfortable life, what is the use? You're not able to reach your destination. Is it not foolish? That is the life we are leading now. We don't know what is our destination. What should we do? As a human being, what is my purpose of life? This is how we lead our life. So many things. You have to have this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Small knowledge is sufficient for us to make us perfect. And many stories in this, it comes like. So once there was a person. He was just crying in the morning. He was sitting outside and he was crying. A very rich person. His friend comes, why are you crying? Oh, yesterday I came to this small house. He has many houses and much wealthier person. So there was 4 thieves who came here, and they, in the night, they came to my house and they showed the knife. So see, I was least bothered. They asked for some money or anything. Okay, whatever was there in the drawer, I gave them. Finally, they asked me to tie in a cloth. Okay, finally I tied it. They said to keep on the head and carry and come. They made me a delivery boy. Okay, that also is happy. Okay, fine. Some mere foolish people, they're doing, for their life, they're leading. Okay. So finally what happened? When I came to the road, The four thieves, they were dragging me in four directions. One is showing the knife and saying, come this to the left-hand side. One is saying, come to the right. One is saying, come, let us go to the straight. And this is calling me behind to come. And now why you're crying? See, it was my wealth. I became a servant. I kept on my head. And finally, they're dragging me in all the four directions. You understood this? This is our situation. The senses are our servants. They are not the boss. They are the servants. Actually, we have become their servants. They are dragging us in all the directions. Whenever the eye sees something, it says, come, let us go. Whenever the sense sees some good smell, it drags us to that direction. Ears drags us to the other direction. Tongue drags us to the other direction. Every Sunday, what you all do? Just think how your senses is controlling you. Isn't it? What kind of a life are we leading? Because there is no intelligence. Don't know what to do. What is the purpose of life? Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. This is what we think as the life. Ahara nidra bhayamaitunamsha samanetan pashubir narana. It's equal to animals. It's an animalistic life. Dharme tesho adhiko vishesho. Dharme nahina pashubi sama. Dharme tesho adhiko vishesho. Who is able to think beyond these four things? Ahara nidra bhayamaitunamsha. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Beyond this, who is able to think? He is a human being. Very simple. Atata Brahma Jignasa. There should be natural questions in our heart. Who am I? Why I have taken the birth here? What is the purpose of my life? After death, what is going to happen to me? This is a basic question should arise in our heart. Then we transform ourselves to human being. Then we search for this Bhagavad Gita, something higher than this. We should search for it. At least something starts in our life. Always where? No time for that. I don't know how far, so many have attended today because it's Sunday, no? I think resting day, enjoying day, something, they go in a different way. So that is what happens. Actually, we don't know what is the life. But Bhagavad Gita teaches us. Let's go further. There's so many topics to learn. Ashtanga Yoga. Actually, what is yoga? You know what is yoga? So you can see here. Is it something paranormal activity? Putting our head down, putting on the top, putting on the side, something all doing. No, what is yoga then? Some physical exercises or gymnastic or something. These people like austerity, controlling the body and making like thin and walking on the water and something they do, no? This yogis, agoris who sit in the Himalayas. Is that all called as yoga? No. What is yoga? Yoga is a word derived from Sanskrit as yug. Yug, the meaning of yug is just connecting. Just connecting to the Supreme. Connecting the soul to the super soul is yoga. It can be many methods. Karma yoga, through our daily activities, connecting to the Lord. Dhyäna-yoga, by the knowledge of this Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, all the knowledge is connecting to the Lord. Ashtanga yoga, this is the process, Ashtanga yoga. Yama, niyama, hasana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. All the 8 kinds of stages are there, where you get this Ashtanga yoga. Just connecting, samadhi is just connecting to the Lord. And what we do, bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga means connecting, bhakti means love. That's it, very simple. Loving the Supreme Lord is bhakti. And connecting to Him is yoga. Just offering a glass of water with love, that is bhakti. Just offering a small piece of fruit to the Lord with love, that is bhakti. Chanting the holy names of the Lord is bhakti. This is all actually the process. What is bhakti? Through this process, Lord doesn't need your fruits. You think that He is waiting for our milk or fruits? No. It is me who are connecting to the Lord, showing my love to the Lord. Just by giving that, I show the love. That is bhakti. Not offering is bhakti or chanting is not bhakti. Chanting is the process showing my love to the Lord, giving the valuable time to the Lord, thinking of the Lord. This is the process. Reading Bhagavad Gita is not bhakti. But by reading Bhagavad Gita, I'm just remembering the Lord. That is bhakti. So the love you create to the Lord is bhakti. And yoga, when you get connected to Him, that is yoga. But nowadays modernized, what is happening here? See this picture? What kind of yoga is coming here? Chair yoga, home yoga. What is it then? Blood pressure yoga, pregnancy yoga, office yoga, tennis yoga. Clear? How all we are utilizing this yoga name for what all the purposes now here? This is so foolishness. No? We don't know the meaning of yoga, first point. And we utilize the word yoga and misuse in a different ways. And now some breathing also is yoga. Definitely, breathing is yoga. But without the purpose, knowing the purpose itself, doing something, what's the use of it? See, some things, I'm not, what I can say, disgracing what the yoga which you are doing it now. Yes, it's a good exercise. It's good for health. Doing pranayama is good for health. I don't say no. And we should do that to have a healthy, this thing. But that is not yoga. You cannot claim that as yoga. When there is no Lord there, what is the purpose of having a good health? And you shouldn't claim that as yoga. You can say, yes, we are taking the process of all the yogas to have a good health. Yes, we can do that. Nothing wrong in it. Keeping a healthy body is not wrong. But claiming that as yoga is really, really wrong. And the business yoga, you can see here so many things, this picture. And you just go to the Google, no? You get so many varieties of yogas there. They keep all this yoga name, use the Lord's name, but they want to throw the Lord out of the picture. No one wants to surrender to the Lord, but they need everything from the Lord. That is what is the demons' activities. Sometimes you all get a little bit hearing this word. Oh, are we all demons? Definitely we are demons. We take the Lord's sun, moon, air, what all is there, everything we take. And finally, we just take out the Krishna and throw him. We don't need the Lord. We don't need to show any gratitude to anyone. No love, no gratitude, no Lord. I am the Supreme, but I need all the energy of the Lord. Are we not demons? Definitely we are. We don't have 10 minutes for the Lord to chant the holy names or off. We are so poverty-stricken, we cannot give even a glass of water or offer something to the Lord. We can do all this, but we are not doing because we are demons. Sometimes I'm not offending you all, but still we should know the reality, what kind of life we are leading. See, every day we show gratitude to Srila Prabhupada because he has given this Bhagavad Gita in a simple way. But a person who has given this Bhagavad Gita, Supreme Lord, we don't show any gratitude to him. So what kind of a life we are leading? Okay, you can see actual Ashtanga. This is Ashtanga Yoga. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. I'm not going to take much time in this because we may not be able to do this. It is impractical. Even Arjuna says it is impractical. We cannot do this. So that is the situation. Okay. So this 8 levels. This is what is this. You can see in this. You can take a screenshot or ask Anil Prabhu, someone to just screenshot in the group. Which shloka is explaining what? Yama, do's, what all to be done. And niyama, what we shouldn't do. And hasanas, it's sitting posture. Actually, to do yoga, no? Sitting posture. It takes 12 years to learn sitting posture. How many years? 12 years. We are something like this monkey, not having a patience to keep the seat for a few days. Every day we remove it. 12 years for sitting posture? Definitely not. We cannot ever think or imagine about these things. Actually, it is said Muktasana. In the 8th chapter, I'll explain more about it. It's called as Muktasana. Muktasana, all the 9 holes has to be completely kept closed. Then you take this Agna chakras, from Kundalini chakra to the Agna chakra, and from there, from Brahmarandra, you leave the life. And from there, you have to enter the Vaikuntha planets. It is not all the easy things. You can't even imagine those things. There's a sitting posture. It takes 12 years. Are we so patient? Attending this 1 hour session itself is a great austerity. Forget about attending the class. Sitting around, turning on the videos. Getting up early morning, 6 o'clock itself is a great austerity. Isn't it? So to the reality, we are very far to the reality. But we think, oh, we are very civilized, very modernized, I'm very great. Simple things we are not able to. So we are degraded, but we are so ignorant that I don't know myself where I'm standing. Then pranayama, controlling the breathing. Actually, more than half an hour or 45 minutes we are sitting. In this process, anyone remember that, oh, I'm breathing, air is going inside, oxygen is going, carbon dioxide is coming out. So something you are thinking about it. But yogi is so subtle, even within there's prana vayu, there's 5 vayus. He's just controlling that vayu. He's able to see what vayu is doing what. Udana, upana, many things are there which carries up, which carries down the life prana, it takes to the Agnya Chakra, many processes goes on. Inside, he'll be able to do that. He's able to think that by this pranayama, he is able to control the breathing. Many yogis, they don't breathe for 1 year. What? Just take the air inside, and for 1 year they control without leaving, not leaving the air outside. Don't even imagine that. It is not to us, it's very impractical. Even I can see this, Arjuna says the same thing. And pratyahara, then withdrawing the senses, controlling the senses, not having something in the front and not eating it or not seeing it. It's not possible. Then the dharana. Then you come for the position of dharana, where you'll be able to invite the Lord, welcome the Lord to the heart. Actually, Lord is there. Paramatma is always there, but he'll be able to reveal. He will be able to see him. Then he keeps a big, what I can say, Singhasana to the Lord and makes him, invites him and makes him to sit in the heart. And then Dhyana, he starts meditating on the Supreme Lord, the Paramatma. Then he'll come to the level of Samadhi, trance. Actually, Bhakti is the beginning of trance. I don't know how far we are able to do this. Bhakti starts from trance, complete absorption of the Lord. See, the devotees and the Lord are so merciful. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this Hare Krishna Mantra, who is the incarnation of Lord Krishna for this Kali Yuga. Is called as Bhaktavatar. He comes as a devotee to teach us how to do bhakti. Because Krishna said, Sarva Dharman Parityajani, left. But nobody, we are all great demons. Why will we follow Lord Krishna? So we did not take any instructions, we did not surrender to him. Then finally, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came. So he taught us this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. You just chant the holy names, that is sufficient, you get liberated. And this great acharyas, the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and especially our Srila Prabhupada, he made devotees, even in Westerners who are the mlechas and yavanas, the, what I can say, meat eaters, forget about meat. They are man eaters, they are cow eaters, and such kind of degraded personalities. They all became sannyasis. They all became Mahatmas just by chanting the holy name. So how much faith we have on this. So this acharyas made this life very simple. So bhakti became very simple. Actually, bhakti starts from this samadhi position, completely absorbed in the Lord's. So each and every particle, you should be able to see the Lord. Each and everything, the love creates between with me and the Supreme Lord, because he sees everything in favor of me. That Lord is providing this to me. The sun rises only for me. He's not seeing anyone else. Why this nature is there? It's only for me. Oh, the Lord is helping me. How the Lord is fulfilling my desires. He's able to see that. He's completely absorbed. Always the tears in his eyes. Nainam galada shrudharaya. Vadanam gadgata hridaya gira. So whenever he chants Hare Krishna, it starts tears flowing from his eyes. The love from his heart, just like anything. He's experiencing such a kind of love. That is the bhakti. So without that, we are trying to do artificially many things. Yes, but artificially doing, it gets purified. Once it gets purified, then we'll come to the reality. Then we'll have the real taste, ruchi. There is a level of ruchi. Okay, can anyone do yoga? No, everyone cannot do yoga. Just unagitated mind, no material desires, complete celibacy. Another important thing, celibacy, the most important for a male. Intelligence increases by following celibacy. Brahmacharya. In those days, that was a system, Varnashrama, beautiful Varnashrama system. 25 years, he should be a brahmachari. He should be in a Gurukula and he should learn this knowledge, the art of living, how to live this life, how to be a human being. He learns for 25 years. In that 25 years, he will not have the smell of a female. Forget about seeing her or doing it. He will not have a smell of it. That's the brahmacharya, manasa vacha karmena. Then Guru will decide whether he should be a grihastha or no. Seeing his attitude, seeing his all his activities, he will recognize that he should be a grihastha. Then he says, you go and get married. but he will be in bhakti, he will be with complete knowledge. Even after marriage, he will be something like a syllabus. And the intelligence increases like anything. He becomes perfect by syllabus. And for Matajis, it is Pativrati. Actually, by celibacy, you increase your, there's so many stories on this celibacy, this brahmacharya. In the Ramayana, one story is there about Shringi. So one village was, one kingdom was cursed by Brahmanas. So it was Rompad Maharaj, this thing, it was cursed by Brahmanas. Something happened. It's a big story. I don't want to say the full story. It was cursed and they had not had rain for many, many years. It was complete barren land with a dried land. So then the Brahmanas said, no, Brahmanas will enter your kingdom because it's been cursed by the Brahmanas. If one person enters, the rain will come. Not only the rain, all the Brahmanas will come into it. Who was that? Shringi. He was a great brahmachari. He did not even had the, what I can say, knowledge of a female. You don't know whether what is female or male. That was his condition. It's a big story. And finally, somehow they trap and they get him to this kingdom. As soon as he just keeps his legs on that kingdom, the rain, the clouds from, I don't know from where it comes, and the rain starts flowing. As soon as the rain is coming, all the Brahmanas, great Mahatmas, Brahmanas, everyone enter that kingdom. Because a great brahmachari, great soul, Shringi has come. That is the power of brahmachari. And Pativrata, I don't need to say, you all know, I think. Sati Savitri, Sati Sakkubai, they were able to control the sun. She did not allow the sun to set because her husband will die after the night, something that was this thing they had. So she controlled the sunrise and sunset. Just imagine the power of Pativratya. And today, what is the life we are leading? In those days, Matajis were so respected. They are great, Matajis were great, given a higher position. Not that they were, what I can say, given a lower position or always exploited, what the modern people say. No? That was not the truth. No? Because Mataji, see, even I say as Mataji, not a female or lady. Mataji, always they claim as Mataji. She's something, a precious stone, like a diamond. Diamond, where do you keep? You keep in the locker, no? That's what. For their family, a female, the Mataji is like a diamond. They always protect. And Mataji should be protected by the father in the beginning, from the husband in the middle age, and by son in the end age. Always Matajis need protection. They are very precious. Or else our whole heritage or this thing has been lost. But nowadays we are degraded to such an extent we are not able to recognize the degradation also. That is our ignorance. And one just always, I remember this. I was seeing one movie and so just since long back, I think. So in that one person, a friend asks him, your brother got married, your elder brother. You spoke to your elder brother's wife. He said, hey, how can I speak to her? I did not speak to her. Hey, where are you? It's a Tamil movie. They Anna Pondati and Ara Pondati. Yes, ma'am. That means your brother's wife means it's half wife to you. Is it not animalistic? This is the life we lead now. This is what the films teach us. The movies which we go and for the serials, whatever you're saying, this is what it is teaching us. This is the life you have to lead. You should be a demon, not a proper human being. You should be a demon. And those days you take the stories, so many stories are there. Some story always I say about Lakshmana. In Ramayana, when Ravana was carrying Sita, she takes all the jewelry and she ties in her. She tears a sari, ties in it, she throws. So some symbol for Rama and Lakshmana to understand where she is going. It will fall in Kishkindi when this, I think, Sugriva Jamban. He shows everything to Lakshmana. Is this your Sita's? He sees everything. He says, I don't know. Finally, he sees the, what I can say, leg, fingers, ungara, the ring, which they put to the leg. He sees that and finally recognizes, yes, this is my Sita. Then Jambavani asks him, I showed all the other jewelry you not recognize. How can you recognize this? Then he says, in my life, whole life, other than the lotus feet of Sita, nothing I have seen. This is brother. brother of Lord Ramchandra. But today, what we say? Brother's wife is half wife. Is it not degradation? Are we not degrading? We think, no, we are all very modernized, civilized people. And they are all superstitious. They don't know what is life. We know very well. This is our life. Okay, let us go further. Lamp in windless place and regulated habits. Our habits should be regulated, not whenever. So many things to teach you all are saying. Today's eating process, those days, used to sit in a round and everyone used to eat. Today, sitting in front of a TV, sitting in front of a mobile, sitting in front of somewhere and eating. Don't know what we are eating also. That is our food style. So what is our habits, what we are eating, what we are seeing, what we are doing, with whom we are associating, everything matters. Okay, mission impossible. Now Arjuna is saying, Yoyam yogastvaya prokta samyena madhusudana etasyaham na pashyami chanchala vatsthitam stiram. Arjuna said, O Madhusudana, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical and unendurable to me, for the mind is restless and unsteady. It's unendurable. I am not able to do this. Who is saying this? The great archer, Arjuna. He says, Chanchalami mana Krishna pramati balavadridam tasyaham nigraham manye vayorivasu dushparam. He's saying that he's able to control the wind. How many are able to control the wind now? We are not able to control ourselves. We have to control the wind. The wind is just going here and there. But Arjuna was so powerful. He was able to control the wind. The moving wind was controlled by Arjuna. Such a powerful person. He is saying here, Chanchalami mana Krishna. Krishna, I am not able to control this mind. It's so powerful. The mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong. Arjuna is saying that, oh Krishna, and to subdue it, I think is more difficult than controlling the mind. It's very easy for me controlling the mind. I'm controlling it. But mind, I'm not able to control. Are we all superior than Arjuna to control this mind? Arjuna is saying it's not possible. Are we able to do this? Mind is very, very flickering. You cannot control it. You cannot make it to be in one place. But definitely we can train the mind and engage it by engaging in the Lord's service, engaging in the higher taste. Param drishtva nivartate, giving the higher taste. Actually, the mind accepts and it guides us. It's always anchoring for the sweetness or the happiness. Very simple. You give by intoxicating, by gambling, by illicit sex or many things like this. It takes you there only. When you give the higher taste, it says, Array, it's better to do this. It's better to chant rather than thinking something unwanted and getting disturbed or getting degraded. It's better to chant. It's better to offer to the Lord and take the prasadam rather than taking this unwanted. It guides us. Make the mind as our friend. Flickering rises doubts due to attachment, rationalized attachment. So it makes us doubts and attachments. And it's very flickering, And I don't know how many have decided to attend this. See, we had 2 groups. All the 2 groups were filled, but how many are attending? Why is that? And do you think they're all not willing to attend? Many are willing also. But their mind is enemies now. So they have an alarm at 5:30. So that today, definitely, it's Sunday, no? Today I'll attend the session now. Some other thing, something I learned from this Bhagavad Gita. When the alarm rings, it's 5 minutes. Tap the alarm, 5 minutes. Now they'll get up at 8 o'clock. Oh, today also missed the session. Okay, let me try tomorrow. This is our flickering mind. What we think in the night, we cannot execute in the morning. What we think in the morning, we cannot execute in the night. Not forget about night and morning. Every second it changes. Something will be, many times I have seen the drivers. They'll say something, they'll be moving. Driver in the sense, my friend or somebody like that. He'll be driving. So the idea will be to go to the right and to other destination. They take the left. Why? No, I thought this road will be better. So I'm taking this. Just for little bit movements, we cannot be in a one decision. It's always flickering. And we should know one thing, flickering mind, it comes. Even the strongest of the strong devotees, great personalities have been fallen to this mind. Time is already 7. I'll not say that story. So Vipranarayana, one story is there, beautiful story. I'll say sometime else. in other sessions. Okay, obstinate and strong, then turbulent. It's very strong. Mind is very strong. Then how to control mind? Krishna says, see, Krishna is always practical. He's not impractical. He'll not say that, I'll keep my hand on your head so that you can control your mind. You will become perfect. No bullshit stories like, or this kind of things. Now what the other Swamijis and everyone do, no? Not that kind of thing. Bhagavad Gita is very, very asamshayam mahabaho mano durnigraham chalam. Definitely, I agree to you, Arjuna. Asamshayam, I completely agree to you that yes, mind is not controllable, but you can control. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihati. By abhyasa, by practice. Very simple words. Just by practice, everyday chanting and offering to the Lord, it makes us perfect. Nothing else to be done. Every day, whatever I put inside, that is what comes out. That's the consciousness, it comes out. Just keep in front of the Lord and offer to Him. In the 9th chapter, I'll give some mantras also, how to offer the process I'll teach you. Now, at least till then, you just keep one glass of water, milk, or fruits, then take as Mahaprasadam with a good mood, with a humble way you take that. Just considering that it's Mahaprasad, it's the mercy of the Lord which you are eating. That's sufficient. It changes you a lot. Then morning, get up just for chanting. Our day should start from chanting the holy names of the Lord. Okay. Lord Sri Krishna said, O mighty armed son of Kunti, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind, but it is possible by suitable practice and by detachment. Just practice. Practice. In the very beginning, it will be difficult. In the very beginning, the mind also will be very turbulent, very restless. It says, no, chanting. What is this foolish? Don't do chanting. You can do many other things. You can see a movie. You can do that. You can do this. Where there is no enjoyment in this chanting. Why are you this chanting? No. In the very beginning, there will be a big battle within, not outside, within. I want to do something, but the mind takes me somewhere else. Something all will be happening. Yes, for a few days it will happen. And once you start controlling the mind, it is something like Arjuna you become. So this all many things you should understand, doing one work at a time. Arjuna, So there is a story in Mahabharata also, that when testing everyone, Dronacharya keeps a wooden bird on the tree. He says, you target the eye of the bird. So he gives the opportunity to everyone. So everyone will say many things. I can see the tree, I can see the sky, I can see many things. And Yudhishthira Maharaj will say, I can see even the ant hill, and many ants are walking, many things. Oh, superb. The Dronacharya say, you're able to see everything, each and small particle. That means you will be the best king. You'll be able to recognize everyone's problems. You will be the best king, but you cannot be Arjuna. And finally he calls Bhima, and then he calls Arjuna. Arjuna, what are you saying? My dear spiritual master, I can see the eye of the bird. Shocked. This Drona was shocked to hear this. Are you able to see the bird? No, my dear Guru. No, I cannot see. Tree? No. What are you able to see? Only the eye of the bird. Yes, Arjuna, shoot now. Yes, shot the eye of the bird. Perfect target. That is Arjuna. Such a great actually was. So many will ask a question. How come being just targeting the eye, you're not able to see anything? Doing only one work at a time. You should do 4 or 5 works, no? Only one work. Who is this? And being a warrior, there'll be so many warriors surrounded to him. They'll be all shooting the arrows to him. How can he face just seeing one person and targeting? No. That is the learning process. Once you become perfect in shooting the one arrow, that same perfection becomes 2. The same perfection becomes 4, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, lakh, whatever you take. He was able to shoot the arrows, 10,000 arrows at a time, and never ever even a single arrow misses the target. See, just a small example. When we are in childhood, we learn to walk. Only one step we learn to walk. After that, the whole life we are walking without falling down. We just learn one step to climb. You can climb hundreds of steps. The learning process is one. Make perfect your life in one process. Keep the mind in one place. You can see then, you can do hundreds and millions of jobs at a time perfectly. That is how you have to train the mind. Just first you make the mind to stay in one place. This is how the practice. Chanting Hare Krishna, the mind will be wavering here and there. Make the mind to sit in one place and hear what we are chanting. Okay. Formula to control the mind is very simple. There is not only a question, there is an answer also. Krishna is giving, that is practice, abhyasa, following 9 processes of bhakti, especially hearing and chanting, that is everyday chanting. And detachment, vairagya. Detaching the mind from activities not devoted to the Lord. Which thing we are not able to devote to the Lord, that has to be controlled. It is, I think, only envious. Other than that, everything can be engaged. Even anger can be engaged in Lord's service. For example, you take Hanuman. He went to Lanka. What did he do? In his anger, he burned Lanka and came. That was his Lord's service. The anger was there. Even Arjuna, without anger, how can you fight there? Yes, anger was there, but it was in Lord's service. So in that way, you can engage all our, we say it's bad habits or anything like that, bad qualities. Even that can be used in Lord's service, but not envious. Other than envious, everything can be transformed to Lord's service. Okay. Then success and failure. Now, Arjuna is asking a question. What happens to the personalities who are not? See, it's just very difficult, no? Yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, so many things. Takes so much of struggle. What happens? This is not perfection. So they fail anyhow. They knew they failed. What happens to them? Such a kind-hearted Arjuna was. Prapya punye kritam lokanushetva shashvati samaha suchinam shrimatam gehe yoga brashtobi jayate. What Krishna is answering to that? The unsuccessful yogi, after many, many years of enjoyment on the planets of the pious living entities, he is born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy. Arjuna, you don't worry. I'll take care of it. They are ignorant. They don't know how to make their life perfect. They do this kind of yogas and spoil their life. But anyhow, they wanted me. They want to reach me. Foolishly, they're trying it, but I'll help them. The next life, I'll give an opportunity so that they'll take birth in a good devotee family or a rich family so that there is no need to day-to-day life struggling. They'll have a family where they can easily engage in my devotional service and make their life perfect. See, a simple example I'll say to make the difference between a yogi and a devotee. Just you think you want to cross a road, a small child, it's so difficult for him because there's so many vehicles coming, trucks are coming, you have to see this side and that side, he may not be able to cross. But when his father is with him, it becomes very easy for him. Yes, yogi and devotee, both are accepting the Father, the Supreme Lord Krishna. Both are taking the help of the Lord to cross the road. There's no difference. But a slight difference. What is that? Yogi holds the hand of his father. The kid is holding the father's hand. And when he gets attracted to something, he might give up. He might leave. If he sees some attracting thing, some light or some balloon or something for which attracts a kid, he might leave up. But when he has given the hand to his father, he's least bothered. Any attracting things comes, even a truck comes, vehicle comes, whatever comes, father is there to protect. This is a simple difference between a yogi and a yogi. Yogi is also crossing the road. The Bhavasagara, which we say is crossing this material world. He also wants to go to the Lord, but he himself is endeavoring. He himself is doing yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, everything. He wants to reach the Lord. But a devotee is completely surrendered. Even he gives his hand to the Lord. So never ever is there a fall down for a devotee. There's a simple difference between a yogi and devotee. Okay, yogi. Tapasvi bhyodiko yogi jnani bhyopi matodikaha dharmi bhyaschadiko yogi tasmad yogi bhavarjuna. Who's best? Krishna is saying, a yogi is greater than the ascetic, greater than the empressed, and greater than the fruitive worker. Therefore, O Arjuna, in all circumstances, be a yogi. Yogi are not this kind of yogi. Yogi means connecting. Very simple. Always understand yogi means connecting. A person who is doing aesthetic, I showed no in Himalaya sitting and giving austerity to his body, giving more trouble to his body and doing no. Even Paramatma is getting troubled. They're not giving food, feeding him food or many things like that. So he's not a greater yogi. Our empress who thinks God is one and many things in that kind of thing he does. He's also not. Or a fruity worker, a karma yogi. He is also not a, but always you be a yogi. That means always get connected to me. Be in bhakti yogi. Always love me. That is the way you make your life perfection. See here. Actually, the bhakti yoga is the topmost. See, it starts from karma yoga. That activities which are doing, we are all sense gratifiers. Very simple. We cannot give up. There's so many so many enjoyment things. I cannot give up everything. I cannot give up eating. I cannot give up seeing. I cannot give up hearing and many things like that. But make that for the Lord's service. I want to eat something. Yes, prepare for the Lord, provide him, and then I eat as Mahaprasadam. I want to do something. Yes, do that for the Lord's pleasure. That is Karma Yoga. And next is Jnana Yoga. I want to have a better knowledge or complete knowledge. Read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, just to become a devotee. Not many read Bhagavad Gita. What they do? Recite these verses, memorize the verses. And they say, I'm so great, I know all the 700 verses of Bhagavad Gita. But what is the use? I don't know what is life. And you can see in many places, they give beautiful pravachan of Bhagavatam. They say, Lord is supreme, Lord is that. This, hearing them, many think, oh, what a great pravachan he is giving. What a great class. After that, he'll come out and he'll start smoking. What's the use? So you should be Jnana Yoga, not a Jnani, Jnana Yoga. That means reading Bhagavad Gita to become one with the Lord or get connected to the Lord. Reading Bhagavatam to remember the Lord and get connected to the Lord. Yes, not to show off to everyone or make money out of it or make name and fame out of it. No. Then the Dhyana Yoga, which we saw today. And finally, the Bhakti Yoga. So the topmost is Bhakti Yoga. Finally, whatever you're doing, finally it has to come to the part of love. Get connected to the Supreme Lord. All other yogas are progression towards the ultimate destination, Bhakti Yoga. Right? Last verse, Krishna says here, Yoginam api sarvesha madgate nantara shraddhavan bhajate yo mam same yukta tamo madaha. Now, Krishna is saying the greatest yogi. Who is he? Yoginam api sarvesha madgate nantara. Who always remembers me, who is devoted to me is a great yogi. Not a person who gives up everything and goes and sits in Himalaya. Is not a great yogi. He is a person who's always in his life. As a grihastha also is greater than that yogi because he is serving me with love. As Matajis, they prepare lovely prasadam for me and offer to me. They are better than these yogis. That's what Krishna is saying here. And of all yogis, the one with great faith who always abits in me, thinks of me within himself and renders transcendental loving service to me. That is what from the 3rd chapter I'm requesting everything. Please offer a glass of milk or fruit to the Lord. Do the Naivedya. This is how you get connected to the Lord. Every day without prasadam, nothing you should eat. Start your day with chanting and then prasadam. Then whatever you want to do. Because we cannot give up all those in one day. It takes time. So fine, we can do everything. But start with the Lord's mercy. Start with the holy name. He is the highest because he is in the topmost consciousness with me. Here, the sense of awe is finally comes to bhakti. And bhakti is nothing but loving the Supreme Lord, recognizing who is my Supreme Father. Krishna is my Father, he is the only well-wisher. Yesterday we all saw many things. He is the only well-wisher, he is the only protector, he is the only person who can. Even life after life, it is Paramatma was associating, not my father, mother, husband, wife, children, nobody is coming with. Only they are related to this body. Once I die, everything is gone. But Supreme Father, Krishna, is always with me. Just understand this and lead a life and make your mind as your friends. Okay. In today's many things we saw, that is enemy and friend is mind. Please make your mind as your friend by having a better knowledge of it. In Ashtanga Yoga, the 8 processes, Yama, Niyama, Hasana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, and a person who fails in this, Krishna definitely will help him to get succeed. Then the yogi, the topmost yogi are the best among all, or the perfect of all is devotee. And what is there for tomorrow? Actually, the 6 chapters are known as Karma Yoga. And the last 6 chapters are known as Jnana Yoga. The middle part 6 is known as Bhakti Yoga, the most important. The most important. And 7th chapter is more important. And more than that, it's the 9th chapter. The middle part of the Bhagavad Gita is the most important chapter. And now you start the real Bhakti. You come to the reality of life. Now Krishna reveals certain things where you cannot find anywhere, in any scriptures, in any Vedas. That's what Krishna starts revealing from him. Okay. And tomorrow it's hearing. See, so many days it started with question. Now no question also. Krishna is starting up to say by his own, because his devotee and a friend Arjuna is giving more knowledge. Then everywhere and essence. Once you come to this, you'll be able to see the Lord everywhere and accept or reject. And who accepts the Lord and who rejects the Lord? Devatas. Finally, we come to Devatas. So what is the position of Devatas? We have so many 33 crore Devatas, and who are all they? Why is their position? Why do we worship them? What is the need to worship Devatas? Many things will be revealed in tomorrow's and in the 9th chapter. Okay. Now there's a quiz link. So I think already it's posted in your groups. Please do attend. Just after this session, do attend. I need each and everyone to attend. Okay. So that it's very beneficial to you. You'll be able to remember, can be able to regain the knowledge, not only regaining knowledge, it, if I can say, it changes your attitude. It makes you become humble. It makes you to practice. Somebody is saying something. It makes you to listen to that. So whatever has been heard here, it makes you to execute in your life. It is really very beneficial to attend. Not only just for a certificate. Even if you don't need certificate, anyhow you get an online certificate, no worries. Even if you don't need certificate also, please do attend the. Okay. Now let us chant once Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shinvatam Swakata Krishna Punyashravana Kirtanaha Vayantastu Havadrani Vidunoti Suvritsatam. This Srimad Bhagavatam is. See how important it is to hear about the Supreme Lord. See Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma in everyone's heart and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee. Just try to hear Bhagavad Gita, that is sufficient. Rest all Krishna will take care as Paramatma within the heart. He clears all our contaminations, whatever is in I think many millions and millions of lifetimes we are just accumulated everything. Just Krishna cleans everything. Who has developed the urge to hear this message. That's it. Just have a simple desire to hear Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, the message of the Lord, that is sufficient. Rest all Krishna will take care, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. Okay. So this whole scripture saying that absolute truth, like just accept it. That's it. Our life will be the happy, blissful life. Okay. Our deities, Lakshmi, Nrsimhadev, any obstacles in our path, we will remove it. Just pray to him. Then Radha Krishna, Gandharvika, Giridhari, we say. Radha Krishna. They have millions of names. And that other name is Gandharvika and Giridhari. Our ISKCON. Now let us take any questions. If anyone have any questions, please raise your hands. Meanwhile, we'll take some announcements from Chandrasekhar. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu, for wonderful explanation. So we'll see the report of yesterday first, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, ma'am. So yesterday the attendance was around 60 devotees attended. Quiz was attended by 30 devotees, and chanting was done by around 17 devotees. Naivedya was done by around 16 devotees. And attendance is reducing a bit day by day. Quiz participation is
Okay, Prabhu.
And there is one question from study Shishnu
Yes.
that will take a little later. I think Julilal has raised hand.
First, we'll take the question. Yes. Zulel Prabhuji, you can just unmute yourself and ask.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, my questions are very simple. Actually, I just wanted to know why we raise our both the hands upward direction while saying Hare Krishna. And second is why there is a exact 108 times per that japa we are doing.
Thanks a lot to ask this question. It took 6 days. And in Kannada sessions, the very first day they say, why are all raising the hands? Please explain. I took 6 days to answer this question now. You're all very patient. Let us see what is happening. Then you'll ask the questions. Okay, actually, there are 3 ways surrendering to the Lord. One, we just hold our hands and keep near our heart. From the heart, bottom of the heart, we are surrendering to the Lord. Not only to the Lord, actually it is to the Lord. Whomever you see, you say Namaskara. Not saying to that personality who's standing there. Within that heart, there's a Paramatma. You are just giving the obeisances to him. And even in front of the Lord also, we just fold the hands, bottom of our heart, we give the obeisances. Clear? There's one way of surrendering to the Lord. And the second is giving namaskaras, that is Shashtanga Namaskara. Shashta Anga. And for Matajis, especially Matajis, it's only Panchanga. They never ever, they should give a posterior obeisances. They have to give only half obeisances, that is Panchanga, only 5 Angas they have to give. And it is the Prabhujis or the male have to give Shashtanga Namaskara to the Lord. This is the other way of surrendering to the Lord. And this is the third way. It's just showing your hands, completely rising up. This somebody police or somebody comes, they say, hands up. You the unless just showing the hands, nothing. I'm not able to help anything out of myself. I'm not protecting myself. I'm completely surrendering to you. Clear? That is the message we are giving to the Lord. When you are chanting, just show our 2 arms that I'm helpless condition. I'm completely surrendering unto you. Please take care. That's one thing. And 108, about 108 is, so that is the number of Lord Sri Krishna. So when we come to the 10th chapter, you can see that Krishna says, among animals, I am lion. And among birds, I am eagle. Among human beings, I am king. Among stars, I am moon. Among the rishis, I am Bhrigu Rishi. Among the munis, I am Narada. In this way, many things he says. In that, number is 108. Among numbers, I am 108. So for everything, we use 108. 108 is such a number. I don't know. Scientifically, there's so much research has done, and in the scriptures, it is given the distance from here to the sun, the distance from here to the moon, and everything comes in the calculation of 108. And even the Upanishads is 108 Upanishads. And even the Gopikas is the servants of the Radharani are 108. And Gopabala is 108. In this way, all it comes in 108. So it's a Krishna's number, auspicious. So use 108. And even the name, home, that I'll say in the 10th chapter, but any of this additional I'm saying, apart from your question. Om, that is also Krishna. So any Ashtotra to any Devatas you chant, So there is so many Ashtotras we chant and so many Sahasranama, Lakshanatra, anything for all the Devatas you say, you start up with Om. No, it is Krishna. So whatever in the 7th chapter tomorrow it comes, and 9th chapter also, I don't know how far. See, our conscious also should be high, understand many things. In that way, I don't know how far you all will be able to understand. So for the source of everything is Krishna. Even if you are chanting something, other mantras, Panchakshari mantra, from that mantra, this mantra, everything, finally it is to Krishna. Yes, it is going in a different way. It is going to the Devatas, but definitely it has to go to Krishna. Anything in returns we have to get, it comes only through Krishna. Even something your father is giving you, it comes through Krishna. Clear? Anything for a female, some husband is giving anything, it comes to Krishna only. Not through the husband or the father. Should be very clear. But this being in very materialistic knowledge, it's very difficult to understand. In very gross way, then, how come it is my father who's working so hard and providing, my husband is taking care. Oh, Krishna, where there's no picture of Krishna, where will Krishna will come? It's everything, whatever has been provided to us, comes only through Krishna. Even the devatas, whatever they're providing us, it comes through Krishna. So for this, we need really, really a higher knowledge or higher consciousness of understanding. That takes time because we are already contaminated. So once our contamination is removed from the heart, we'll be able to see the higher things. Actually, this whole world itself is an illusion, you know. Shankaracharya says, what he says? Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mityam. But Acharyas explain that Jagan Mityam means it's not false, because Lord's creation cannot be false, but it is temporary. But we think that as reality, that is permanent. That is our illusion. Oh, that is the life we lead. But definitely, when we come to Krishna conscious and purify ourselves, we'll be able to see the reality. We saw the equal vision like this, no? Like our vision also will start changing to see. Okay. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay. Any other question? Any question from the chat?
No, Prabhu, no question in the chat box. If anyone else has question, please raise your hand and switch on your video.
Sindhu Mataji has given some statement, or it's a question? Statement?
Statement, Prabhu.
I am finding it very. Yes. Okay, Prabhu. Any other questions or any thing?
Yeah, from yesterday's feedback, there was one question from Vaishali Mataji. Vaishali Mataji, if you're there, you can ask directly. If you want. There are 3 questions actually. So shall I go ahead and read that?
Guruji, my audio may be bad. I request you to read it.
Yes, Mataji. Yes. I think it's better. Chandrasekhar Prabhu.
Okay. Yeah, so the question says, it is said that if we remember Bhagavan name when we are on deathbed, we will get moksha. What about sudden accident deaths when we don't even realize that I am dying? There are 3 follow-up questions to this. Like, if I have taken his name all my life, will it help to an extent in such cases? Second thing is, if someone else tells Krishna's name in my ear when I am dying, will it help? And third is, what about other living beings? They will not take his name when they die. So how will they get a better birth?
Very good, Mataji. So actually, I have to explain all this in the 8th chapter. It comes. Antakalecha mameva smaran muktva. But you are asking now itself. Actually, this is the perfection of a human being. Actually, this life itself is a practice for death. You know? Mataji is asking the questions. Definitely, it's a very, very valid questions. That how to practice, how to be prepared for my death, because that is my examination. So, am I well prepared for get through this life? So that is a question. Yes, definitely. At the end of our life, when we say the name of the Lord, we go back to spiritual world. There's no doubt in it. But for that, Krishna says, Antakalecha mamiva smaran mukto kalayam. At the time of death, whatever you remember, that's what you have to do. So you cannot say that at the end of the time, whatever I do in my whole life, the end I can say Rama and Krishna and go back to Lord. No. Krishna says, Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tajate ante kalevaram tam tam eveti kaunteya sada tad bhava bhavita. Sada tad bhava bhavita. Your whole life, what was the consciousness you have developed, that's what you'll be able to remember at the time of death. Not that you do something and at the end you can remember something. And here somebody is saying in the years, it's not possible. Because the consciousness matters. Not somebody is saying Krishna's name and it's happening. Actually, at the time of death, we don't have consciousness. You see people who are being in conscious, but actually they are not in our material, in this consciousness. They'll be seeing the Yamadutas and they'll be pure some state, and you can see many, they just pass their stool and urine on the bed and the time of death, because it's a fear that they are seeing the Yamaduta. They sometimes speak to us, but definitely they are not in this consciousness. So they are in that fearsome situation. And what is the other question? What about other living beings? Forget about it. We have 84 lakh species. It's just nothing is called accident in this thing creation. Nothing is called as accident. It's been destined. Even some accidents, you're falling from the top or doing something, you're losing your life, or somebody even in tsunami they get escaped from it, and somebody is just skid. They just skid their leg and they fall down and they'll die. It's destined. Nothing called like accident. So whatever the activities you do, what you will get the result. Okay. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, bro. Yeah, that was the question. Now we can go to feedback.
Now some other question, Mohit Raj?
That was of yesterday's, I think.
Oh, yesterday's.
Right.
Fine. Prabhuji. This is feedback.
Yes, bro. So feedback is like Anandita Mataji is saying like it was very useful, and Dr. Rajita Shetty says very effective, useful session. Do your duties without exceptions. God will be with you. Bhargavi Mataji says soul enriching. Gist of each chapter given daily by Guruji is making me eagerly wait for the Bhagavad Gita book so that I can study in detail. Hare Krishna. Vaishali Mataji is saying the bhajans early.
Why to wait for the Bhagavad Gita book? I think you have to have a book before the sessions so that you'll be able to be well prepared. Anyhow, we are sending the PDFs if you don't have, but book is very good because it is very easily, what I can say, readable. Like PDFs are always seeing the screen, but book is better. Yes. Next.
Yes, bro. So Vaishali Mataji is saying the bhajans early in the morning are an excellent start to the day. I feel so peaceful listening to them. Leelavati Mataji is saying these sessions are good. Papa Rao Prabhu says very helpful in our life. Raghavendra Prabhu says nice. Bhanupriya Mataji says thank you Swamiji, it was too good. Just can't imagine the unlimited amount of happiness and blissfulness I'll be experiencing by the end of 18 days. Pranam Guruji. And Sridhar Prabhu says urge to understand the life lessons increases with every day's class.
Yes, Prabhuji. Fine. Okay. Thank you. I have no other questions. Okay, thank you I thank each and every member of this participant who have attended today's session. So let us chant once Hare Krishna Mahamantra and wind up this session. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you to all. So now I'll give the option to unmute yourself and you can say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Vaishali Mataji. Yes, Jai Shri Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Vasant Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Shweta Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Harish Prabhu,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Venkatesh Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Mohit Rai, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Mohan Raj Prabhu. Yes, Venkatesh Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Anita Mataji, Hare Krishna. Redmi Mataji, Hare Krishna. Anita Mataji, Hare Krishna. Sandhya Raghu Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna to all. Yes. Anil Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Sindhu Mataji, Hare Krishna. Raju Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Divya Mataji and family, all Hare Krishna. Chandrasekhar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Raju Prabhu. Hare Krishna Anil.
Hare Krishna Raju.
Hare Krishna Sindhu Mataji. Hare Krishna to all. Thank you all for joining the session. And again, continue tomorrow with the next chapter.
Tomorrow the 7th chapter starts with Bhakti Yoga.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
End the session.